Alrighty then, let's get started. So, okay, just gotta fix that up. There we go. Today, building the Sazabi, and I know it's like a re-release sort of thing. It's got the gold on the side. Oh whoa! Really have to stop blocking the camera there. I know it's a re-release, but you completely blocked off the whole name, man. Like, thanks to context, I know it's Neo Xeon Char Ansibles new type. I know that says new type. I'm just being sassy, but still. So, breaking my model by blocking the camera again. We take the top of the box off. We find all the goodies. We got some hands. We got all the beans and whatnot over here. We got the shield and the skirt, more of the shield, the gun, and all the goodies. Some smaller bits and bobs, some thrusters, some parts of the wings. Some more bits of stuff, the bottom of the feet. It's kind of funny that the bottom of feet in Gundam are like easily recognizable. Definitely make a couple of jokes about that. Yeah, even at the bottom of the feet panel line, I can't really see it. Even the bottom of the, actually no you can because you can see the details and stuff. Somewhat. The bottom of the feeder panel line, I'm not going to put his signature bit on. Yeah, I'm not going to. There's a special reason for that. It's going to come years down the line. Oh nice, it shows all the different ones from the movie. The Jagans with their grenades. Anyway, this is one of those fun. The manual is like surprisingly large, but it's one of the nice ones where it just folds out and stuff. So honestly, I've gotten used to it. So I'm putting the box with all the runners I'm not using down on the floor because I like that now. Even if I'm not good at rigging head angles, so it looks a bit bad with my model, but whatever. I'm getting better. I have been improving slowly but surely. I've actually started bothering to continue learning rather than just play Minecraft all day. I mean, like, you can't get too mad. It's Minecraft. Happens to the best of us, and I truly am. Okay. So this is the original manual. So this is... Oh, wow. They get right to the weapons. This is before, oh wait, gotta turn my light on. Oop, ow. There we go. This is before they told you which ones are needed. So we're gonna need P, C, E, and G. C, A, D. Okay, so now we're just going E, G, C, and PC. To the best of our abilities, anyway. So these ones are both D, so that's nice. Now, does this button... No, it doesn't have a hotkey for muting. I just thought, I don't actually know the hotkeys in OBS. I wonder if M does mute. No? Either way, and I am very surprised that the mic on this thing is so good. This one is A, so it's also going to be needed later. G and C, two of the ones we need right now. Now we just need to find E and PC, and we've got them all. This one's obviously going to be a lot quicker than previous ones due to not having 5 years worth of cut. Okay, I've lost where I made the cut. Oh, here it is. Much quicker due to not having 5 years worth of parts to go through, which is quite nice, I must say. Still, it's a decently large and a very good Gundam. I'm very glad to have it because I love funnels and bits and all the little parts that fly around on their own. Okay, so that's not E, I can tell. It's B, but this is PC, so we found one of them at least. Oh, that one wasn't necessary. It has a little hole up here. Meh. Too late now. There's PC. This one can go off to the side. And these are all the parts we need for now. You can see the body parts here. So, starting off, we need G. Oh, wait, no, we need EPC5, which I'll grab first, just because that's the only PC part we need right now. It's the bottom of the torso. It's nice because these are older kits that don't have 5 million parts to make the torso, like a lot of the newer ones do. Still a decent, actually no, it's the same numbers. Yeah. Still a decent number of parts. What was it, 27? Yeah, it's 27. 24, 30, 29, 25, 21. Probably help if I turned it the other way around so it wasn't upside down for me, but I found it in the end and that's what matters. And all the parts that need snipping off are parts that are nice and easy to get off, or like they don't need to be sanded down at the very least. Okay, next up 11 and 12 being the two sides of the body. These luckily only have one part that needs to be filed down, that being on that curvy back. Ooh. It's a black part, so it's very easy to file down. It just immediately has any nubs disappear. They are them and white are my favourite parts for a reason. Because very easy to make the stuff disappear. The stress marks. Alrighty then, which one is which? Okay, the one with the big holes. And then this plugs in here. Yep. And that makes the hole on the bottom of the waist, not the waist, the torso, so it can plug into the waist. And this one up here. And you'll see there's a little part that sticks out at the bottom, which just stops it. So it's got some nice movement there. Then this one comes over and connects it all up. And you can see this is the front side just without all the red bits on yet. Oh, can't see it too well because of the light, but without all the red bits. It's kind of funny when I try to point at something because I point at it based on the camera, which I see on my screen, rather than just point at it based on my eyes to the object. It's a bit funny. So next up, we need G 29 and 28 and 30. So 28 and 9 are these ones. Okay, this one was 8. This one was 9. And here's 30, which will need sanding down to make it look nice and... Actually, wait, I think it's all these parts are getting covered. Either way, beautify it just to be safe. It's a dark grey, so it barely shows. I found out that OBS lets me pull up my stream statistics because I didn't know I could do that before. But I think it's frozen because it still thinks that my Twitch stats, I'm at 8 seconds into this stream when I am at 20 minutes and 42 seconds. Yep, that works. Now then, C1. Oh wait, get the PC parts first. Get it out from under E. Okay, gonna need PC8 in both of these. 12, 4, 10, 11, 9, 6, 7, 8. Here they are. They're all over the place. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. Oh wait, 8's here. These are all 9. 11's here. So it's a bit all over the place, really. Yeah, so 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So you got to jump all over the place to find parts on this thing. Okay, and you place the flat side into this so that the curved side is out the top. Apply pressure, stick that on nicely. And do the same over here. Now, C1. This is a red part, but it's one that can actually be taken care of, unlike a lot of the red parts from the Typhoeus. Now we get the balancer. Alrighty then. One is used for this one. And it goes around this way. You'll see this is part here. It goes through because this is the shoulder bit. Goes through. The part that we added on plugs in, and now we've got the shoulder joint nice and functional for it to have the arm stuck onto later. Now you want to grab off two and do the same to it as it makes up the other shoulder. Oh, that one's only left a small mark. I bet I can balance that. Oh, wait. Yeah, this balance has gotten pretty scuffed from my early days of using it when I didn't know how to use it properly. Still works well enough, though. Good as new. And then we get this part plugged in. We get this. This one goes on this side. Plug it in like that. And you see there's the... Oh, you can't see it. There we go. You can see there's some parts that poke up. Some parts in here for stuff to get stuck. Oh, okay. For stuff to get stuck into. They just plug together like so. Oh, hey. Okay, I'm gonna have to think of a... I'm just gonna refer to you as Wing. Hey Wing. I'm going quite well. How's your day been? Okay, I'm actually gonna see. Can I close the dock and reopen it and see if it's updated? Oh, wait, that's minutes. Okay, so it is frozen and stuff, but now it's saying I'm at 27 minutes. Yeah, I'm just not even going to bother having a Twitch stats bit. I'm just going to have the activity feed. Oh, what flavor of tea are you having? Alright, now 30 goes on. You can see it's that grey bit. You have to just work it around. There we go. Okay. I have to go around so as to not... I have to go around my face so that the camera doesn't get messed up. Okay. Now we need to get A out. Wait, are there any holes I can stick my little fingers into? There's lots of dots along this, which is interesting. I wonder what the dots are caused by. No, just tear it open then. Earl Grey, that's a classic. Have you seen the new trailer for Requiem? I haven't seen it yet, but I've seen stuff about it, and it looks so cool. Okay, we want A18, 13, 17, 18. Yeah, I'm actually going to zoom in the camera a notch. There we go. So I'm worried that I'm going to lean my head into frame. Sure, you'll only see like the back of the tip of my head, but still. Or like the top of my head. There we go. And now making sure that the larger side is on top. We go over to C6. So we put A to the side for now. C6 is this one. Opposite of 9. And it is the particle cannon on the waist. Just got to balance it out. Get rid of the scuff marks as well as I can, essentially. This plugs in nicely. They both have this gap, so you can see it curves in, gap, curves out. And it slots in nicely over here, leaving some space for the parts that come around. And now, it looks a bit more yellow over here than it does in real life, I'm not going to lie. Get a couple of C4. Well, there's only one C4, but it's just meant for putting around the back. Okay, I thought it was points to the side, so I thought it was on the side. That's why I thought there was going to be 2. Alrighty then. Alright. Now that it just plugs in the back. Oh wait, those parts weren't even going to show anyway. Dang it. Make sure it's the right orientation. Which is the smaller side that's more curved. up top. Just... Oh, okay, that is how far it plugs in. Now, we get to the fun part. Grab A. $19 and $20. I'm going to do 19 first. Dang it, we were so close to not having to do any cleaning up. Oh. Never mind, it doesn't even show. Turns out this yellow is a good color for that as well. And 19 goes on this side? Yeah, this side. Like that. And then 20 is the mirror. Now get D. Move A to the side. Though we'll need it in a little bit. Will we need C anytime soon? No, so we'll move C to the side as well. There we go. And all the bits. We need to grab 5 from both of these. It's red, so it will need to be filed, which is annoying as to it having 3 when it only really needs 2. Fives don't really have any set orientation since it's the exact same part, so that can go on either side. I will say I like all the little statistics down the side. Model number MSN-04, total height 25.6 meters, weight 30.5 tons, total weight 71.2 tons, generator output 3,960 kilowatts, material, Gundalium alloy, special equipment, funnel, armament, megaparticle beam gun, beam saber, beam shot rifle, beam tomahawk, and beam shield missile. So you get the statistics and all that for it. I'm interested to know what weighs so much. If its base weight is 30.5 tons, but then something has been added on which adds 70, well not 70, which adds 40.7 tons. So more than its total weight in its base form is its shield, its gun, its tomahawks and all that. Somehow way more than the machine itself. Either way, these are easy enough to clean up. Just need a couple scrubs. And it's nice and good. Now, okay, these can just go on any way, it would appear. I think. Yep, those can just go on anyway. They just pop on like so. If they would like to, that is. There we go. That's how that looks. Got red on all 4 sides. And now go back to A and get 17, which is this one. There we go. And this just goes on the front like so, giving it that nice red front part to it. And like I was saying, the ones over here aren't, on the bit that goes around, aren't showing, it gets covered by this. I do like that there's just like a slight gap between them. I think that looks really nice. And now I want to take it off because the colours need to be bounced and I forgot to do that. Come on. Get off. No? No, doesn't want to get fixed up. Oh well. Alright, so that's that done. Now for the base of the backpack. We are going to need PC12, which I know is up here, because I did that dance earlier, finding where all the different parts were. Jumping around to and fro. Okay, we need both of them. And we need E7. Seven is this one. Just need to get round to it. There we go. Then we get these two off. There we go. And now these get plugged in facing down so that they can be used to plug stuff in later. Now 2 instances of F12 are needed. There are these 2 little gaps here and here, and we just need F12 to go in. Presumably F, yep, these parts. Yep, I can already tell which one's F12. It's these little guys. Nub is barely visible, so that's going to be nice and easy to clean up. Yep, no sign of nubs on there. So, with the flat part facing up, like that, put them in. E8 is the other side. And it has plenty of slots for everything to poke out through. It's got some points for stuff to be sticking out as well. Cut a bit deep into that. And there we go. Balance it out to make it look nicer. Now place this over this. See the Fs that we put there, and then the PCs. Oh, PC 9. Where's his PC? Here's 9. It with the okay, I'm going to do a funny little trick. Put tweezers inside the part and put the part on, pull the tweezers out, make sure it's all properly clipped in. Yep, it is. Put this back in because it fell out. Okay, E10. Yep, this is E and I see 10. It sucks because the numbers are printed in the same color as the part of the runner they're on, and that results in the black being very difficult to see. Unless it's hit with a reflection. Or, you know, just like seen in the shine of the light, essentially. Oh, come on, man. I just got you put in properly. There we go, clicked in there. Now we just... Nope, it disconnected. Dang it. Okay, just gonna shave this part down at some points. Now we go very high detail with being able to see it all totally without the shine. Got the backpack done, which then just thonk. Perfect. So with that done, just put the body or the torso away for now. Now we are making the head. Get E4, this part over here, which has some extra little bit for some reason. Not sure what the point of that was. And get G15. Which is the base of the head. And even if the parts are going to just get covered up soon anyway, okay, that's... Parts are going to get covered up soon anyway. There's a very small point and it needs to have the green decal there for its mono eye. Decal 3. And that doesn't say I, those are kanji. I just thought it was a weirdly stylized 3. Yeah, those are different kanji. Authentic to the original, I guess. Either way, you got that green eye there. Yeah, I would definitely say it's nice and fun. Got the body and starting on the head now. Feel we'll be getting through the weapons and the shield and all that soon. That's definitely had a lot of fun so far, but I'll have more fun the further we go. Next up, we go to A and we get 14 and 11. Yep, here we go. 14, which is the face mask. And where is 11? Here's 11. Just shave the scuff off of these parts. Then this plugs on over that. This part needs a little touch up. And making sure it's on the right way, this slides in. Turn the eye to the side so there's a bit more space. There we go. That's on nice and proper now. Looks a bit silly without the top of the head. Now then. Oh wait. 10, 12 and 13, and I know which ones these are. Have you done any fun builds recently, Wing? You asked me if I was enjoying this. I didn't ask you if you've been enjoying any recently. Oh, nice, you have some clear builds. Those ones are really cool. As much as this is just my bias towards 00, the Trans Am clear builds, I think, are like the most interesting to me, because all the clear builds are just the parts are translucent. Or transparent, like clear parts. But with the Trans Am versions, they're like a red transparent part all around. but different from the transparent red or pink used in the lasers, which I think is a nice touch. That just slots in there. And then those slot together, go in here. That is the head done. Well, you can't see too well there. Let me just see the, you can kind of see the green eye in there. That can be moved around and turned, which is nice. Now we get to the fun part. Head over to E, because a lot of parts are coming from E, and actually put A away. Hey, that rhymes. Because a good number of parts from that are for like legs and stuff, though its beams will be needed soon. And we are going to want 6 and then 5 and 9, which make up both sides of the big rifle. What's it called? Mega particle beam gun? Beam shot rifle. The mega particle beam gun. Cannot speak. One of the downsides of streaming, I feel like I just have to constantly keep yapping on, and that results in me flubbing my words up a bunch. But the mega particle beam cannon is on the torso. Part of that figure 8 waistline that the Sazabi has. Honestly, it's a funny thing that they call it a rifle, because it looks more like a shotgun. Now we clip these together. And it does kind of suck, because it has lots of detail. You just can't make that detail pop with panel lining due to the fact that it's all black. And my panel lining pen is black, so it wouldn't actually show. Like you could put like gold in here or something, or if you got the same yellow that he uses. Either way. C3. F10. Alright, fold the other way around, or flip the other way around. Plop them on. Honestly, this is just a really cool weapon in general, before we get to the beam effects that goes on it, which we get to another time apparently. As now we head over to E, where we are going to grab one, this big one down here. And we put PC1 inside it. Doesn't matter which way since it's a symmetrical part, just as long as the hole is what's poking through, as stuff will connect into it. There we go. Now quickly shave the part. I was wondering when that was going to start up again. Alrighty. So you want to take that, keep it like that. Head over to B. And grab this massive part. Okay, and now those plug in here, and then you see some bits pop out. Then E13. That's actually one of the last E parts. One more is going to be used in just a moment, and then there'll be one left. Don't know what it's for though. Either way. Clean up the part so it looks nice. Not really sure what this bit is for. No. Yeah, there's nothing says go in the big square bit. Because this doesn't have any square bit to go into it. Either way, that goes on there. flip it over and get E2, leaving just E3 behind. Facing with the missile heads pointing down. And I just realized why these parts feel like they're missing detail. On the manual it shows them painted in. Under the detail part it shows a bunch of parts that can be painted to make it look nicer. So they kept it so so faithful to the original that they just made it so that you still have to get the paint for stuff. How nice. You think they would have done something where they're like, yeah, faithful to the original, but we've changed it so that you don't have to buy paints just to make it look nice. There we go. That's where we put on the big decal. This one's nice, it's just a big triangle, so you can just start at the bottom and pulls up. A lot of other ones would have had the complex shape of the decal, which would have been a pain to take off. The Sazabi is merciful on the other hand. As you can see, it's just a solid thing. Nope, it's at an angle. Too far over. Not far over enough and a little too low. Angled. No, it's at an angle. There you go. Also, this part's meant to be yellow and all that. Okay, well, it's not perfect. You can see it's slightly at an angle, but it looks nice at least. That's the shield done. Now we begin work on the arms. Okay, starting out with G and PC. Okay, G, 1, 2, and 5. There you go. we go. PC10. This big rectangular one off to the side. G5, where is G5? Here it is. In the correct orientation, it just connects in. There we go. You can see this part bends. That's just the elbow. Then make a second one. And you can see that's just that ×2. Well, you can't really see it because of the glare. You can make it out at the very least. You can tell because it's identical to the other ×2s that are more visible. Now then, plug that in. PC10. Goes into it like that. Needs to have a nub removed. Now it'll go on nice and easy. Other side also needs a nub removed. I just did a poor job cutting it that time. Now we get both of the D3s. And 3 over here as well. That's both of them. Let's clean them up real quick. arm's getting sore from just holding parts while the other one rubs. Specifically the thumb, which cramps. Probably just because I've been doing so much Gundam building recently. Either way, put it in so that the tubes are on the outside and show, I think. Yep, good. I would have been mad if it wasn't like that. There we go. That actually looks really nice. Now, F, and you want to get 2 and 9. Okay, well here's 9, and here's 2, right next to each other. Ain't that handy? There we go. Clean up this one now. No nubs to be removed, but there is parts to be shaven just to make it cleaner. Alright, now you also want to get PC6 thrown into the equation. Nine, facing so the bit's sliding down the way. Plug this part in, and then plug them in here, and that is just like, that's just the hole for the hand. That one's pretty easy to figure out. Now what you're going to want to do, grab PC9, D4, put in the work to make 4 look nice. It's funny to think about how much longer it takes me to make Gundams now that I have the tools that make it look nicer. Because previously I would have just cut it off and then immediately slapped it on. Now I'm doing all this other stuff too, to ensure it looks the best that I can get it to look. now 6 flat bit on top, face that way. Plug this in over, and that makes the lower arm. You can see that just plugs in like that. D6. Just do that to make that look good. Now make a second one. A lot of the parts to do with the arm is just make this part twice. The variation will come later. That's all that I'll need from F. Give me a moment. Alright, now PC6. I wish more parts were like that, where it's literally just only 2 connection bits. Although I understand there is the downside to that, of people just twisting them off like I did, but it doesn't work out properly due to it not being a PC part. It being a normal part, but still would make things a lot nicer. Yep, that plugs in like that. Now 9. And we grab 4. Clean it up 4. This spot needs another go. White marking is still very visible there. Yeah, I'm not getting it done very well. With it this way. Plug like that. Then this goes on like this. Now we get 6. Okay, there we go. Now F13 and 14. They're little clusters of thrusters that also need to be painted, but I actually do have yellow paint. I don't have thinner though, and I don't know how to, so I ain't gonna risk it. Save it for another time, I guess. It could be my first project once I have the paint and all that. Alright, and then plug that in there. And that goes on to A6. So we get A, 5, 4, 6. Little group of thrusters goes in there. And now A4 and A5. Yep, everything's flattened out. Now it goes together. Okay. Slots in there. I feel like one of those was a little redundant then, but okay. Do all that again for the other one. There we go. There we go. Last but not least, and then just goes in there. Now we get out the other D in order to get out the other thrusters. Snip, 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 snip. Shaving down, shaving down. Boom, and boom. Okay. Put them together. Then the whole thing in here. Now put one and one for the respective shoulders. So now we need C, G, and PC. Okay. All of these can just go away right now. First up, we're going to need G7 and 9. Then put PC7 in between them. There we go. Then plug that on. Clean this bit up. That plugs on. Now make another one of those using the other side, that being 8 and 10. PC7. And that goes down here. And now C, and we want 8 and 9. Oh, I'm gonna call you Ice. How are you doing today, Ice? I'm going quite well. And sorry if I don't respond to your messages right away. I'm building a Gundam, so I'm not watching chat too much. Alright, so this plugs in here. Oh, that's cool. There's 2 rungs. There's plugs in between the rungs. That's snazzy. This plugs in. And this goes on attaching to everything as well. Do this for the other one as well. Alright, I accidentally clicked when doing some stuff, so I just gotta put this back now. There we go. Let me just duck to see. Yeah, that works. We'll actually bring it down. Oh, it's just partially cut off at all times, isn't it? Alright, ow. Now then. That goes there. That goes there. Nope. This plugs into everything. And now A and D are going to be needed. D, A, D. Okay, so the A parts can come afterwards. First up, D1 and 2. Oh no, just D2. Now we've got planes. Now we're talking about rocket ships again. I would actually like to know where the audio files for that stuff come from. I guess you could just like search it up on YouTube or something. Okay, now this plugs on. Well, they're different reds, which is interesting. That plugs on there, that plugs on there. You can see they're different shades of red. There's a big space here. So maybe that gets filled with something, maybe it doesn't. The only way to find out is to keep building. Alright. And then hello? No? Do you go on the other side then? Yes you do. I think. Nah, you're on this side. There we go. It's a nice articulation along here for the shoulder thrusters. There you go. Now then, up here, the bit that I didn't do from A is all the tiny little yellow bits, 7 and 7. Okay, it's just a bunch of 7s. Making sure the connection part is up the top and bottom, just like the correct size to connect to each bit. Since they are angled, they have to be placed in a certain way to angle correctly to the Sazabi's shoulder, which can I just say, very cool that the shoulder has the beam guns in it. Usually it's the head, or they don't have them at all. Okay, this needs to get trimmed down a bit more. There's my runners. Put them underneath runner A. There's my nippers. Put them underneath runner A. Okay, does this come back out? There you go. There we go. nice and plugged in. Now we need G. Let's move those two out of the way. We need 11 and 12. 13 and 14. And 2 instances of 17. Ooh. Yeah, this material doesn't really get cleaned up, as once the nub is removed and this excess is scraped away, there's just a little scar there that I can't really remove. So there's no point trying, really. Just get rid of the nub. That's the best I can do. Now then, put the hands together correctly, and I'll finish up after this, because we're nearly at the 2-hour mark, and I just go for 2 hours. And we'll make the rest of the hands at the end of this build and all that. We can't see them too well, but there's like bolts at the back, just in that little dropped bit. I really like that detail. There we go. And all the further stuff is just showing making the other hands and how to put the guns on, and then getting to the rest of the build, which will be next time. So, plug the arms on. There we go. It's tight to get the arms on. It'll take a couple pushes, but the idea is that they stay on nice and strong then. No way to connect it on yet. That seems wrong. Yeah, it doesn't show you how to connect the shield on. Oh, okay, so that's what that part is for. So I'll just quickly do that and then finish up. G31. It's a connection part, and it does something really, really cool. So first of all, connects on and allows for the shield to be placed on in 2 different styles. And then take this bit, which has a bunch of different styles depending on how I want it, slot it in there. Other way around so it looks nicer. Clicks in, there we go. And then this part plugs in. Last but not least, the beam rifle. Okay. This would like to come apart, please. Please? I'm asking nicely here. I want a different hand in order to be able to hold the gun. Never mind. Is there any way to store this thing normally? No? Just float in the ether then? Alright then. Well, this is all the progress we got done today. Halfway done, I'd say, just about. So I'll see you guys tomorrow, where hopefully we'll be on our way to finishing this kit. Bye!